Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises, all glory, all honor, all thanks unto the Most High God, Yahweh, my strength and my power, yet again for another truly glorious, blessed moment. And I'm going to jump straight into the lesson. And this is going to be entitled, Never Trust Thine Enemy, Part 3, right? Continuing on with the series. Because I got to further break down and drill in your head, you understand me, the dynamics of your enemy, how your enemy operates, who is your enemy, further break it down to you if you're not persuaded as of yet, right? And from then on, you can make the decision, right? If you still, to this day, 2020, what's the date? So like 2020, May 7th. If you still want to serve your enemy, then, you know, by all means, do your thing. But I just gotta, you understand, I gotta reveal this man of sin, and you understand, put it out there so the Lord can do his job, right? The Lord gonna do his job regardless, but it has to be told, right? The man of sin must be revealed. So, as I started off in my previous video, Never Trust Thine Enemy, I'm gonna go to the book of Sirach, right? Because this is where I get the inspiration for making this video, right? Book of Sirach, chapter 12 and verse. Book of Sirach, chapter 12, verse 10, and it reads, "Never trust thine enemies," right? "For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness," right? So never trust your enemy, man. And according to the Bible, the enemies of the Israelites, which is this is who I'm talking to. You know what I'm saying? Your enemies are going to be those of your household. I'm just first, let me continue reading the scripture, then I'm going to break it down, right? The book of Sirach, chapter 12, verse 10, and it reads, "Never trust thine enemies, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness." So it's letting you know, I'm going to break down the scripture first. So, what it say? "For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness." So as iron is sure to rust, your enemy's wickedness is sure to come out. You understand me? Your enemy's wickedness is sure to correct you, right? If you trust in them. Verse 11, "Though he humble himself and go crouching." So your enemy, when your enemy's dealing with you, he's going to deal with you through what? Trickery, through deceit, subtlety, right? Never trust thine enemy, right? "For like as iron rusteth," meaning what? Iron is sure to rust. It's a guarantee it's going to rust, right? "So is his wickedness." So as it's a sure thing that iron's going to rust, so is the wickedness of your enemies going to be exposed. Right? Verse 11, "Though he humble himself." Now, your enemy's going to come crouching. Your enemy's going to come humble to you. He's going to come with that fake, "Hey, buddy." You understand me? That's how your enemy come at you. He's going to come at you in a way to soften your guard, break your guard down. You understand me? And don't think for 1 second that your enemy cannot be a woman. 9 times out of 10, a woman is usually sent to weaken you. You understand me? So that's a little game for you men out there who's foolish. You understand me? Who get caught up with the sensation of the eyes. You understand me? Who let their eyes lead them and take them wheresoever. So to you brothers, even to you sisters, right? Who let your eyes take you wherever, let your imagination wander. Don't be that foolish, man, because your enemy's going to come crouching. He's going to come humbly. Your enemy's going to come with that little smile. "Hey, how you doing? Oh, you having a good day today, buddy? Oh, what are you tax exempt?" You understand me? Your enemy's going to come through subtlety, guile, deceit. You understand me? They're not going to come straight up. Yeah. I'm your enemy. You know what I'm saying? Your enemy is your enemy, let's just say it like your enemy knows you better than yourself, because your enemy have been studying you. While you have been studying the damn latest trends, your enemy have been studying your every movement. You understand me? Everything you do, what you eat, You understand me? Everything you do, your enemy's studying you to the T. While you're studying Instagram and the latest dance move and the latest trends, your enemy's studying. Your enemy got a clipboard. Okay, this is what little. Oh, what kind of pack of squisher do he have? Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, she talks to this. Oh, okay. Yeah. So they give their children. Oh, okay. Yeah, your enemy is precise. Your enemy is on point right now. You understand me? Your enemy knows you better than yourself, better than your spouse. You understand me? Right? Verse 11. Though he humble himself and go crouching, as I broke it down to you, yet take good heed. You understand me? Take good heed, because this was already told to you. So now when it comes to pass, when you see that little thing, when you see that little young tenderoni, you understand me? When you see her, you know, you might have, I don't really know your situation or whatever, but I'm telling you how they gonna come at you. They're gonna come at you. It's gonna look good. It's gonna appeal. It's gonna be appealing to you. You understand me? Something that'll get your attention, that'll attract your eye. But take good heed, brothers and sisters. You understand me? And beware of him. So beware of him or her. You understand me? The one who's coming crouching, your enemy. Beware of him or her, because I'm putting you on game already. I'm letting you know how your enemy's going to come at you. Right? Through subtlety, through guile, through deceit. Right? Read it again. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass. You understand me? So it's telling you, with you being put on this game, you're going to see through the foolery. You're going to see, look, he's going to be a looking glass. You understand me? You're going to see straight through the facade, all through the lies, through the trash, through the deceit. You understand me? You're going to see through his wickedness. Right? I'm going to read verse 11 again. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass. And thou shalt know that his rust has not been altogether wiped away. So you're going to know that this man is wicked to the core, to the bone. He's just been hiding it. He's been supplanting you. You understand me? Waiting on the perfect moment. You understand me? He's been training up your thoughts. You understand me? Putting certain thoughts in your mind through the media, through his witchcraft, through his philosophy, through his doctrine, through his puppets. You understand me? Because a lot of Negroes don't know this, but so-called black community, right, in America, right, is governed by coons, right? You understand me? These so-called celebrities and athletes and things of that nature, these little puppies who took the bait, they are the so-called what do you taskmasters or something like that, right? They're so-called taskmasters of so-called they would be the top guys of basically the athlete, the rappers, all them guys, so-called famous guys, right? Them niggas would be the so-called taskmasters, right? They are giving orders, they're giving orders, and they have to bark the orders to you, right? Whether it is lyrically in a song, you understand me, or in a church house, or on a track, whenever they running, yeah, I did this, thank you, shout out to Allah, whatever the case may be, man. All these people were set up for your confusion, for your downfall, right? Because they're puppets. They do whatever. If you give a puppet a treat, he's gonna do whatever you say. Sit, boy. I'm gonna give you that. I'm gonna give you them gibbles, give you some bits or whatever dogs eat, right? So when you give a little puppy a little treat, they're gonna do what you say. They're gonna obey, right? Now that's what the secret society wants you to do, to obey, right? Don't think about it. Don't give an ear to it. We're gonna think for you. We just want you to obey. So that's what's going on right here, man. Never trust your enemy, man. Salaki, I know I'm getting off topic, but I'm doing a little rambling, whatever the case may be. Let me read it again. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust has not been altogether wiped away. You understand me? So he wicked to the core. You understand me? Never trust thine enemy. Right? Verse 12, reading on. Set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. So your enemy is only coming to supplant, right? Now, I'm going to give a couple instances in history, historical facts, right? So-called Black Panther, right? Didn't the so-called white man infiltrate them, right? Didn't he get all up in there? Didn't he infiltrate them? I'm trying to think, is there actually one thing that so-called black man, woman, and child of Negro descent in America, of the 12 tribes, Judah on down, is there one thing that you have to yourself that so-called white man has not infiltrated? I'm going to tell you right now, no. But there's many so-called white organizations that the so-called black man has never infiltrated, right? You understand me? Many secret societies and high elite parties and things of that nature that you have no business, you understand me? You don't even know about. You don't know what's going on. These secret plots and these EUs and things of that, meeting to keep their foot on your neck, keep you oppressed, keep you in a docile state of mind, right? Wow, you understand me? Man, it's just a lot of craziness, a lot of madness, a lot of foolery going on right in front of your face, but you can't detect it. So let me read that again. Set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown, Salaki, shut the hell up, phone. It said what? Set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee. So his whole goal, your enemy whole goal is to overthrow you, right? So yeah, he's gonna come up to you. He's gonna, yeah, I like that. I like that. You know what I'm saying? Woo, woo. Oh, I like you been doing your thing out here. Just like let's say you posted on a block, right? Let's use a worldly incident. Posted on the block, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? You doing your thing or whatever, right? So you see it, you know what I'm saying? You see a new roll up. You're like, you know what I'm saying? Ooh, oh, I like your fit. I like your style, kid. Ooh. You know what I'm saying? He checking you out. Ooh, he watching. You know what I'm saying? You've been peeping him, you know. But you ain't, you know, you just like, it's just a little pluck, just a little nigga, you know. But you got to be on point. You understand? Because your enemy's going to come like that. He's going to come with subtlety. You understand me? He going to come, you know what I'm saying? And he going to come in, you know, he going to play his part, basically. Right? Set him not by thee, lest when he overthrow thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. So your enemy should never be, you understand me, invited into your home. Your enemy should know what the hell you got going. Right? Your enemy should never know. Damn, what's your next move? Your enemy shouldn't know these things. You understand me? That's why you got to be put on game to know, okay, this is how your enemy operate. Okay. You understand me? Bam. So now you know how your enemy operate. You can move differently. Right? So it said, don't set him by thee. How do you know that this man is your enemy? Because I just told you the characteristics of your enemy. He's going to supplant you. He's going to come with smooth words. Right? Things of that nature. Salah. Right? So now I'm going to go to another scripture. I'm going to go to the book of Psalms, right? So now we're in the book of Psalms, chapter 55 and verse. I'm going to start at verse 10, right? And it reads, book of Psalms, chapter 55, verse 10, and it reads, day and night they go about it upon the walls thereof. Mischief also and sorrow are in the midst of it. Verse 11, wickedness is in the midst thereof, deceit and guile. Salakia. Verse 11 again, wickedness is in the midst thereof, deceit and guile depart not from her streets. So it's letting you know, I'm a wicked man. What is the characteristics of a wicked man? Wicked. Salakia. Day and night they go about it. Verse 10 again. Day and night they go about it upon the walls thereof. Mischief also and sorrow are in the midst of it. So a wicked man, you understand me, day and night he's meditating on wickedness. He's meditating on, okay, how can we get this population down, right? You understand? How can we deceive the people talking about some NASA? How can we deceive them and make them believe that we went out of space and we went out of the firmament and we are God and God is white and all this trash? You understand me? That's a wicked man. Those are wicked thoughts that proceeded out of the heart of men who must be eradicated. Right? Verse 10. No, Salaki. Verse 11. Wickedness is in the midst thereof, deceit and guile depart not from her streets. Right? Verse 12. For it was not an enemy that reproached me, then I could have borne it. Neither was it he that hated me that did magnify himself against me, then I would have hid myself from him. I got to read verse 12 again. For it was not an enemy that reproached me. Meaning what? It wasn't the man that you thought it would be. You understand me? Listen to this. I got to give you this game right here so you can be put on game. So you don't no nigga try to fuck you over. And I'm going to just come out and say it just like that. Verse 12, for it was not an enemy that reproached me. Meaning what? It wasn't the one who you expected, right? It wasn't the so-called white man with his damn army fatigue on, right? It wasn't him. Then I could have borne it. You understand me? Then I could have understood if it was him who tried to get over on me, who tried to, you understand me, take me out of my position. Right? Neither was it he that hated me that did magnify himself against me. So it wasn't, you understand me? It wasn't them, it wasn't who you suspected to be, basically. That's all he's saying, continuing on. Then I would have hid myself from him. So he's saying, okay, it wasn't the man. It was this right here, my enemy. It caught me off guard because I never expected this guy to be my enemy. You understand me? This man was striving with me day to day. You understand me? We cracking jokes together. We grew up together, right? So that's the Lord letting you know right now. Your enemy is not always the one who you expect it to be. 9 times out of 10, it's the man that's, you understand me, who knows your every move, who knows those deep, dark secrets and things of that nature, who was out there with you in the field, right? Verse 13, but it was thou, a man, mine equal, my guide and mine acquaintance. You understand me? So 9 times out of 10, man that's coming to take you out your position. Listen to me. 9 times out of 10 now, I'm not saying always, but I'm saying the man that's out to get you, the man that's envious of you, who want to take your position, is the man that's been striving with you, the man that knows you. You understand me? This man becomes envious of you. Why? Because it's the spirit of Satan. You understand me? It's nothing that this man can literally do about it. It's just Satan got it, hopped in him and took over, because this is what the Lord ordained. Now, are you supposed to, man, I'm gonna kill that nigga on woo, he trying to take my spot, woo. Man, you got to handle that how the Lord is guiding you. So I can't tell you how to handle certain situations like that, but I will tell you, trust in the Most High, right? Trust in it, like the scriptures with Saul and King David, and I'm going to go into the accounts like when when Saul started to fear King David. Why? Because he knew that the Lord was with the king, was with David, man, even before him being king. Why was the Lord with him? Because King David, he didn't, you understand me? He wasn't going off. He didn't fear anything but the Lord, right? He knew how to behave himself. So that's why Saul feared him. You understand me? So we got to understand 9 times out of 10, our enemies are those who know us, those who've been around us. You understand me? Continuing on where I left off though. Verse 14. We took sweet counsel together and walked unto the house of God in company. Let death seize upon them, and let them go down quickly into hell, for wickedness is in their dwelling and amongst them. So let me read that again. We took sweet counsel together, meaning what? We was learning together, right? We was learning together, whatever, you understand me? We came to each other about our problems. We took sweet counsel together. You know my deepest, darkest secrets, right? You understand me? And walked unto the house of God in company. So we went to, you understand me? We fellowship together. We congregated together in righteousness. You understand me? We went to the same church, and I'm not talking about a building. I'm saying we had the same foundational thoughts, right? Verse 15, let death seize upon them. So this is the mighty King David putting a curse on his enemy, even those of his own people. You understand me? What did King David say to his own people, about his own people? Let death seize upon them. Let them go down quickly into hell. Quickly into hell, man. And hell is not talking about underground with a pitchfork, with a man. He's saying let them be tormented. Lord, give them the same thing they gave to me, man. That's what he's saying. For wickedness is in their dwelling and amongst them, man. You understand me? So never trust thine enemy, right? Never trust thine enemy. It's not always the man you expect, but keep your guard up is what I'm letting you know. You understand me? Verse 16, as for me, I will call upon the Most High God, and the Lord shall save me. Right? There you have it, man. So you got to understand that. You got to understand how your enemy operate. I'm going to jump down to verse 20 to further elaborate on it, right? Verse 20, he hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He hath broken his covenant. Now this is twofold. This is twofold. He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. So, of course, the man you never expected, he's going to go against you. And your natural born enemy, you understand me? He's going against everybody, right? He's going against everybody who's been at peace with him. He's breaking treaties, covenants, contracts, deals, agreements, all of that. He had broken his covenant, right? Verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. So let me read that again, verse 21 again, book of Psalms chapter 55, verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, meaning what he's going to tell you he's going to tell you things that sound good to your ears, entice you, things of that nature. She, he, she, them, you know what I'm saying? They're going to get you. The words of their mouth going to be smoother than butter. They're going to just roll off and it's going to sound good. But war was in his heart. You understand me? But chance he like this. He got a knife in his back. War in his heart. He telling you, yeah, bro, with the woo, you turn around, he knifing you. You understand me? He knifing you. So war is in his heart. His words were smoother than oil. You understand me? They flowing. They coming off his. They like a track. You just like, damn. He on point with it, right? Yet were they drawing swords. So you gotta watch and examine all things. You can't just take he say, she saying, or you can't just go along with the vibes. You gotta feel out a person. You gotta try them out, right? Examine them. Scriptures also talk about examining a friend, right? But never trust our enemy. So I'm moving on with the lesson, right? Now moving on, I'm gonna go to the book of Deuteronomy, chapter. Deuteronomy chapter. Okay, the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 13 and verse. I'm going to start at verse 1, the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 13, verse 1, pertaining to never trust thine enemy. And it reads, if there arise amongst you a prophet or a dreamer of dreams, and giveth thee a sign or a wonder, and the sign or the wonder come to pass, whereof he spake unto thee, saying, let us go after other gods, which thou hast not known, and let us serve them. Thou shalt not hearken unto the word of that prophet or that dreamer of dreams, for the Lord your God proveth you, Salah, yet proveth you to know whether you love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul. Right? Verse 4, ye shall walk after the Lord your God and fear him and keep his commandments and obey his voice, and ye shall serve him and cleave unto him. And that prophet or that dreamer of dreams shall be put to death. Why? Because he hath spoken to turn you away from the Lord your God, which brought you out of the land of Egypt and redeemed you out of the house of bondage, to thrust thee out of the way which Yahweh thy power commanded thee to walk in. So shalt thou put the evil away from the midst of thee. So I'm going to break that down to you. Right? The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 13, verse 1. Now listen to me, because I know you wasn't listening. You probably like, damn, why this nigga keep reading? He ain't breaking nothing down. So I'm going to break it down to you. Deuteronomy, chapter 13, verse 1. If there arise among you a prophet or a dreamer of dreams. So now if it's a brother or sister, right, prophetess, whatever the case may be, and they come around you, they start talking about, damn, you know what, brother, I had this dream, right? I had a dream. You understand me? They come around you talking that. Matter of fact, let's get on that instance. let's get on Martin Luther King, right? Because that man had a big dream, didn't he? He the one said what? If there arise amongst you a prophet or a dreamer of dreams, and giveth thee a sign or a wonder. So this man, Martin Luther King, he came with a dreamer of dream spirit, right? People like to say that he was a prophet and things of that nature. So we touching on you right now. The spotlight is on you, Martin Luther King Jr. Even in your passive departure, it's been many, many years, but we're still speaking on it because we gotta milk this thing. We gotta nip this in the bud right now, right here and now. Right? If there arise among you a prophet or a dreamer of dreams, and giveth thee a sign or a wonder, and the sign or wonder come to pass whereof he spake unto thee, saying, let us go after other gods, which thou hast not known, and let us serve them. So now with the dream Martin Luther King had, if I'm correct, now I believe his dream, he said he wanted to integrate, right? Integrate with white people, and I am a man and things of that nature. I want to integrate, and you understand me? We can be one big melting pot and talking about this and that, right? You know what? I want to pull up the speech. I want to pull up the I Have a Dream speech, right? Because I need to. This is essential. Okay, now here we go. The Martin Luther King I Have a Dream speech, and it reads, okay, I'm not gonna read this because it's a big speech. So I'm gonna just jump in there. I'm gonna read some of it, give you an insight of Martin Luther King's dream, and we're gonna interpret it through the scriptures, right? And it reads, I am happy to join you today in what will go down in history as the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation. Damn. Okay, now, so it says what? Let me read that again. I am happy to join with you today in what will go down in history as the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation. So he said the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation, meaning what? So he like, this is I'm demonstrating, meaning what? I'm trying to get this freedom. I'm going to show you how to get the freedom, or we're going to, something like that, right? 50 years ago, meaning what? That's 100 years ago. This is what he's saying. 50, like a score would be 20 years, I believe. If I'm correct. If I'm incorrect, Most High forgive me. Right? 50 years ago, a great American in whose symbolic shadow we stand today signed the Emancipation Proclamation. Emancipation Proclamation. Right. Let me read that again. 50 years ago, a great American in whose symbolic shadow we stand today signed the Emancipation You know what I'm saying, right? This momentous decree is a great beacon light of hope to millions of Negro slaves who had been seared in the flame of withering injustice. It came as a joyous daybreak to end the long night of their captivity. But 100 years later, the Negro still is not free. 100 years later, the life of the Negro is still badly crippled by the menace of segregation in the chains of discrimination. 100 years later, the Negro lives on a lonely island of poverty in the midst of a vast ocean of material prosperity. 100 years later, the Negro is still languished in the corners of American society and finds himself in exile in his own land. So we've come here today to dramatize a shameful condition. In a sense, we've come to our nation's capital to cash a check. Where the architect of our republic wrote the magnificent Yeah, wrote the magnificent words of the Constitution in the Declaration of Independence. They were signing a promissory note to which every American was to fall heir. This note was a promise that all men, yes, black as well as white men, would be guaranteed the unalienable rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It is obvious today that American has defaulted on this promise, on this promissory note, insofar as her citizens of color are concerned. So it's letting you know, Martin Luther King, like, look, where's my 40? And I don't know why Martin Luther King came with all this damn big words and all. You understand, bro? I understand he was trying to go about it a different way, and you understand me, non-violence and all that rhetoric and trash. I don't know where. I know where he got that from. Martin Luther King was backed by, like, every so-called black man who so-called made it. Who you see backing them? A so-called white man. So never trust an enemy. He had the enemy in his ear telling him, oh, non-violence is the way. Here, I'll write this speech for you, and you go out there and say it, and we're going to do this thing for you, Martin Luther King, man. You understand me? So while Martin Luther King was down there getting tormented, beat, harassed, hosed, thrown in jail, things of that nature, the men on the, you understand me, the so-called white man who put the bug in his ear, he reaping the benefits. He's reaping the rewards off of Martin Luther King's stupidity, his ignorance, right? And that's what I'm going to call it, because that's what it is, right? Ultimately, you understand me, this is the works of the Lord, but the Lord said, look, never trust thine enemy. The Lord already gave out the blueprint. So ain't no sacred, look, man, ain't no damn integration gonna bring you peace, nor is it gonna bring you prosperity. I'm just gonna tell you like that. And Martin Luther King knew that. With this big speech, he like, damn, it's been like over a span of 100 years, 100 years ago to today, 2020, March 7th, 2020, May 7th, 100 years ago, that would be 1920, May 7th, right? It's still in the same condition as it is then. There's no difference. If it was no different 100 years ago in Martin Luther King's time to when he made this speech, let you know it's no difference now. These people, ain't no difference. There ain't no changing under the sun. There's no difference going on. You brothers and sisters have to wake up and man up and let the zeal of the Lord overtake you, man. But continuing on where I left off, right? So Martin Luther King came with this speech. And who did he have backing him? His enemy. Now, you got to do your own due diligence, research upon this thing, right? He didn't just come up, oh, you understand, that was his own idea, whatever the case may be, right? Now, I'm going to read this another article. This was in 1967. My dream has turned into a nightmare. So this is Martin Luther King coming to the realization that, damn, I really then stepped in some dog goo, right? I stepped in some dog goo with some worms in it, and I had a cut on my foot, and I ain't had no shoes on. And I let them worms get all in my body. That's what Martin Luther King's saying, right? This is and the title is King in 1967, NBC News or something like that. My dream has turned into a nightmare. That's the title. By the Daily Nightly. And it reads, Martin Luther King Jr., I Have a Dream speech was defining moment for the civil rights movement for America, for the corporation of America. This was a moment for America, not for you so-called blacks in America. You didn't benefit from this. What did integrating benefit you anything, man? Huh? What did it give you? Talking about, don't you think, come on, man, you just got to think about it. Put two and two together. Was it better to integrate, or would it be better if we separated? If it was Negro only and everybody else, you understand me? You just got to think about, take these things into account. Martin Luther King Jr., I Have a Dream speech was the defining moment for the civil rights movement, for America, and for King himself. For America and for King himself. How did that profit us in America? How did it profit you so-called blacks in America? Right? You Negroes, man. How did it profit you? I'm trying to understand that. Even on this article, it doesn't say it profit you. Right? And for King himself, 50 years ago this week, King's soaring words marked a turning point in the country's long and bitter conversation about race and earned King a place in history. When we remember Martin Luther King, we remember his dream. It helped awaken an entire nation. That's BS and that's trash, that's rhetoric, that's false. It's so hard to believe that just over three and a half years after the triumph, King would tell an interviewer that the dream he had that day had in some words turned into a nightmare. But that's exactly what he said, and veteran NBC News correspondent, this devil, on May 8th, 1967, in an extraordinary wide-ranging conversation. King acknowledged the soul-searching and agonizing moments he's gone through since his most famous speech. You understand me? He told Vancouver, the old optimistic of the civil rights movement was a little super blah 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 blah. Okay, here we go. In just 11 months before his death, he spoke bluntly about what he called the difficult days ahead to mark the 50th anniversary. So basically, blah blah blah. Basically letting you know Martin Luther King towards his ending, he realized that his so-called dream, I have a dream, was all a lie. It was all BS. It was all trash. You understand me? It was something put in his head by the so-called white man to deceive the minds of his people. And they used him. They used and abused him. And then, you understand me? Shoot. We used you, we abused you, you understand me? You're part of our history now, nigger. You understand me? Now we'll remember you as that guy who said, come together so we can kill all you guys. You got to think about it. When has the so-called white man ever done anything good for so-called blacks since even Christopher Columbus? He came over here lying like he found, I found the land and I put a map right here and blah, blah, blah. Come on, man. In this day and age, if I see Christopher Columbus, you know what's going down. Reading on. Okay, back to the scriptures though, Salaki. Right? And that prophet or that dreamer of dreams shall be put to death. So that's what the Lord said, man. He said, look, that prophet, that dreamer of dreams shall be put to death. Because why? Verse 2, and the signs and the wonders come to pass, whereof he spake unto thee, saying, let us go after other gods, which thou hast not known, and let us serve them. So Martin Luther King, ultimately, he was trying to get you to serve other gods, because when you lay down with a so-called white woman, or when a so-called Israelite woman lay down with a so-called white man, they're automatically going to have you serving their other gods, their Christianity, whatever religion, whatever trash that they into, they're going to try to force it upon you. And when you lay down with them, you understand me, you're having a part of their spirit, because when y'all do the thing, you understand me, that's spiritual right there. You understand me? Y'all are coming together. You understand me? All them, it's spiritual. I ain't trying to get too graphic, but it's spiritual right there. So you are not to deal with the heathen. I already broke that down. I can break it down 10 times over if you need me to, but you understand me? You are not to deal with the heathen, man. Because they'll have you serving other guys like Martin Luther King was trying to do. That's why the Lord had to put him to death. I don't know, I'm going to tell it like it is. Right? I'm going to read verse 5. And that prophet and that dreamer of dreams shall be put to death, because he hath spoken to turn you away from the Lord your God. So that man was trying to turn you away from the Lord your God. He realized his dream was a nightmare. But you understand me, in the end, it was too late. Shouldn't have listened to your enemy, man. Never trust thine enemy. Right? Further elaborate verse 6. I'm going to read that book of Deuteronomy chapter 13 verse 6. If thy brother, the son of thy mother, or thy son, or thy daughter, which is as thine own soul, entice thee secretly, saying, let us go and serve other gods, which thou hast not known, thou nor thy fathers. You understand me? So if you got, yes, what did it say? It said, if thy brother, the son of thy mother, or thy son, or thy daughter, or the wife of thy bosom, or thy friend, which is as thine own soul. So anybody around you try to entice you to serve other gods. You understand me? Let's go. Anything that's against the Most High, let's go eat pork, crab, shrimp, lobster. That's serving another God. You understand me? Because you're hearkening into the voice of this man, woman, and child to do things that are against the laws of the Most High God. Anything that's against the Most High, that's serving another God. Because you're serving that entity that told you to go against the Most High God. So if you go against the Most High God, you're going to be put to death according to the Bible. That's a fact. Whether you know it or not, it doesn't matter. All right. Verse 7, namely of the gods of the people which are round about you. You understand who the gods that's round about is? Jesus Christ, all these idols, all this trash, right? Nigh unto thee, or far from thee, from the one end of the earth even unto the other end of the earth, thou shalt not consent unto him, nor hearken unto him, neither shall thy eye pity him, neither shalt thou spare, neither shalt thou conceal him. Verse 9, this is the key point right here. But thou shalt surely kill him. Thine hand shall be first upon him to put him to death, and afterwards the hand of all the people. So if anybody's trying to entice you to serve other gods, talking about let's go down here, serve the so-called white man because we need some money, or let's take the mark of the beast, let's take the vaccine, let's take our children in, all this trash, man, you're going to be put to death. All right? Read on. Never trust thine enemy. And I'm going to go to the book of 1 Samuel. 1 Samuel chapter 15 and verse 1 Samuel chapter 15 and verse 1, and it reads, right? Samuel also said unto Saul, the Lord sent me to anoint thee to be king over his people, over Israel. Now therefore hearken thou unto the voice of the Lord. Now therefore hearken thou unto the voice of the words of the Lord. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, I remember that which Amalek did to Israel, how he laid wait for him in the way when he came up from Egypt. So the Lord said, I remember what Amalek did. You understand me? I ain't forgot a damn thing, man. I don't forget nothing, right? Now go and smite Amalek and utterly destroy all that they have, and spare them not, but slay both man and woman, infant and sucking, ox and sheep, camel and ass. So the Lord wants you to slay everything, man. You understand me? But let me tell you what Saul did, verse 9. But Saul and the people spared Agag in the best of the sheep and of the oxen and of the fatlings and the lamb and all that was good, and would not utterly destroy them, but everything that was vile and refused, that they destroyed utterly. So what did the Lord tell them do? Now go and smite Amalek and utterly, meaning what? Utterly destroy all that they have. Meaning everything you see moving, I don't care what it is, destroy it. Destroy everything they got, man. And spare them not, but slay both men, slay all the men, and women, all the women, infant, the little babies, little baby come out the womb, Lord says, man, put them to death utterly. Sucking, ox, sheep, camel, and ass, even they animals, kill it all. But Saul and the people spared Agag. So Saul and his men, Saul, which was the king of Israel at that time, and his men. So now if you got a king that's going off and doing reprobate things, don't you think the people are going to go off and follow his lead? Yes, they are. So that's not a good king. That's why these things are in here for your example. You understand me? If your king is going off, If your king have been given direct orders to subdue a certain people, utterly put them to death, and your king can't follow through with these orders, that man's no king. You understand me? That man's not fit to be king. Because a king follow through. A king gonna do whatever the Lord says. You understand me? Not whatever man says, but however the Lord direct you, man. Right? And I'm gonna go to verse. See, Saul felt this mission right here. You as a king, you're held at a higher standard than everybody in the congregation. So you understand me? You gotta let your light shine. Right? I'm gonna read verse 10. Then came the word of the Lord unto Samuel, saying, it repenteth me that I have set up Saul to be king. So the Lord mad now. The Lord like, damn. Now I'm really mad that I made Saul weak ass king. For he is turned back from following me. You understand me? So the Lord like, this stiff-necked nigga who I promoted to be king, he turned back, man. He turned back from following me. It repenteth me that I have set up Saul to be king, for he has turned back from following me, and have not performed my commandments. And it grieved Samuel, and he cried unto the Lord all night. You understand me? Now you got a prophet making interception for this man Saul. You got Samuel making interception for Saul. Like, Lord, I don't know what's going on. I don't know why, but you know, I tried to guide this man. You understand me? So Samuel put Saul on the business. You understand me? And Saul as then listen, right? Verse 12, and when Samuel rose early to meet Saul in the morning, it was told Samuel, saying, Saul came to Carmel, and behold, he set him up a place and is gone about and passed on and gone down to Gilgal. And Samuel came to Saul, and Saul said unto him, blessed be thou of the Lord. I have performed the commandment of the Lord. So this is Saul coming to Samuel like, yeah, Saul, what did you do, my guy? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I took care of the business. We're going to equate it to 2020 terms so you get the understanding, the full understanding. It's not, you know, I want you to get it, right? So what did it say? And Samuel came to Saul and said unto him, blessed be thou of the Lord. So he came up to him, he greeted him. He said, what's going on, king? He said, shalom, barakatah Yahweh, barakatah your household. You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature, right? Blessed be thou of the Lord. I have performed the commandment of the Lord. He said, yeah, I put that work in, Samuel. Verse 14. And Samuel said, what meanest then this bleating, Salakia? And Samuel said, what meaneth then this bleating of the sheep in mine ear, and lowering of the oxen which I hear? So Samuel like, oh, you took it, Samuel like that. You took care of the business, huh? Well, I'm hearing oxen and sheep and things of that nature. This was Samuel like, you can't pull nothing over the eyes of the righteous. You can fool all the fools, but those who aren't intact with the Lord, you can't fool them. Right? And Samuel said, no, verse 15. And Saul said, they have brought them from the Amalekites, for the people spared the best of the sheep and of the oxen to sacrifice unto Yahweh thy power, and the rest we have utterly destroyed. Now he was given a straight commandment. Did the commandment say, go over there and spear the best of the sheep and the oxen so you can sacrifice it to the Lord? Now I'm going to go into the account and tell you what the commandment said. This is Book of Samuel, chapter 15, verse 3. This is the commandment that he was given. Now go and smite Amalek and utterly destroy all that they have, and spare them not. Spare them not. You understand me? But this is what Saul said he did. So did he keep the commandment or not? I'm going to let you figure it out for yourself. This is what Saul said he did. And Saul said, they have brought them from the Amalekites, for the people spared the best of the sheep and of the oxen to sacrifice unto the Lord thy God, and the rest we have utterly destroyed. So he automatically going off. Samuel like, what did Samuel just sent her like, I'm not impressed at all. I'm not impressed to the littlest. What is wrong with you, dude? You sit here talking to me like you handled the business or something. Right? Read on. Verse 16. Then Samuel said unto Saul, stay, I will tell thee what Yahweh, what the Lord have said to me this night. And he said unto him, say on. So Samuel like, all right, Saul, I got some. You know what, Saul? I'm finna tell you what the Lord told me about you, boy. Because you be playing around too much. Verse 17, and Samuel said, when thou was little in thine own sight, was thou not made the head of the tribe of Israel? So this is Samuel asking him like, did not the Lord choose you? Are not you blessed and highly favored? Right? And the Lord anointed thee king over Israel. Verse 18, and the Lord sent thee on a journey and said, go and utterly destroy the sinners, the Amalekites, and fight against them until they be consumed. That was a commandment, right? Verse 19, this is still Samuel breaking it down to Saul. Verse 19, wherefore then didst thou not obey the voice of the Lord, but didst fly upon the spoils, and didst evil in the sight of the Lord. So he like, you was given a straight commandment. You was given a forward commandment. You was told what to do, how to do it. But what did you do? Wherefore then didst thou not obey? You didn't obey the voice of the Lord, but didst fly upon the spoils, meaning what you still wanted to be fly. You still wanted to stunt and do your own thing. But little did you know, in due time, if you would have did what I said, you automatically was going to stunt and, everything was going to be cool. Right? Verse 20, and Saul said unto Samuel, yea, I have obeyed the voice of the Lord. So now this Saul bucking back. He like, hold on, Samuel. I did obey the voice of the Lord. Samuel, what you mean? That's what he's saying. And have gone the way which the Lord sent me, and have brought Agag, the king of Amalek, and have utterly destroyed the Amalekites. Verse 21, but the people, so now this is Saul trying to escape. Saul trying to escape out of the matters. Now, taking into account that Saul is the king of Israel at the time, you understand me? So he has the high prominence, he has the preeminence, he has the last word, he has the say-so and everything. So it's not like he's a do-boy, he's a yes man. People don't tell him what to do. He give the orders and men go. You understand me? So let me read that again. Because 1 Samuel chapter 15 and verse 21, and it reads, but the people took of the spoils, sheep and ox, the chief of the things which should have been utterly destroyed, to sacrifice unto the Lord thy God in Gilgal. And Samuel said, hath the Lord as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices as in obeying the voice of the Lord? Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice, and to hear than the fat of rams. So now Saul tried to get out of it, but by putting it on the people and saying, no, look, the people did this. They took all this and that. You understand me? But what did Samuel say to him? He said, what? Hath the Lord as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifice as in obeying the voice of the Lord? So the Lord don't take a delight in burnt rams and sacrifices and things of that nature. The Lord don't care about that trash, man. The Lord wants you to obey his voice. This is the highlighted message right here. Obey the voice of the Lord, man. Obey these words that I'm telling you, man. Verse 23. For rebellion is as sin of Salakia. Verse 23. For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry. Because thou hast rejected the word of the Lord, he have also rejected thee from becoming king. So this was directly at King Saul, and this applied to us in this day, man. If the Lord set you up to make your livelihood or a situation perfect for you, then please obey the voice of the Lord. Understand how he's guiding you, and do the things that are pleasing unto the Lord, right? And you're going to know what's pleasing to the Lord, because he's not going to have no evil coming upon you, things of that nature. Verse 24, and Saul said unto Samuel, I have sinned, for I have transgressed the commandment of the Lord. See, now Saul coming around, he like, damn, now I got to acknowledge my fault. He right, I messed up bad this time, right? In thy words, because I feared the people and obeyed their voice. Let me read that again to you, brothers and sisters. Verse 24, and Saul said unto Samuel, I have sinned, for I have transgressed the commandment of the Lord and thy words, because I have feared the people and obeyed their voice. So that there you go, brothers and sisters. You can never fear the people. Don't let the people govern your thoughts or tell you how you should operate with the Lord, especially if the Lord set you up in an estate. Don't go taking advice from no damn fools, man. When I say set you up in a state, I mean in righteousness. You understand me? You didn't have to coon out, or you didn't have to sell out to get certain things. You understand me? The Lord just bless you with them, right? Because you were moving in a way that was pleasing to the Lord. So now, if you're set up in this estate that the Lord gave you and the Lord chose you and set you up for this righteous mannerism, I'm not talking about you coons who was set up by the spiritual demon Satan. I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about the righteous brothers and sisters who've been set up by the Lord. Right? And what did it say? I'm going to read verse 24 again. And Saul said unto Samuel, I have sinned, for I have transgressed the commandment of the Lord and thy words, because I feared the people and obeyed their voice. Verse 25, now therefore, I pray thee, pardon my sin, and turn again with me, that I may worship the Lord. Verse 26, and Samuel said unto Saul, I will not return with thee, for thou hast rejected the word of Yahweh, and Yahweh has rejected thee from being king over Israel. So there you have it. That's the word of Samuel. He told Saul the business. Saul didn't carry out the business, so he was rejected, man. So you understand me? Saul ended up getting rejected by the Lord. Right? And Samuel turned about to go away and laid hold upon the skirt of his mantle, and it rent. You understand me? So he ripped his garment, man. Verse 28, and Samuel said unto him, the Lord hath rent the kingdom in Israel from thee this day, and have given it to a neighbor of thine, that it better